Hello YouTubeverse. This is Tanya from Keto Like a Lady, and I'm participating in a 30-day pre-holiday keto weight loss challenge. So, I have been absent. Last week we had some water heater problems. Our water heater went in our garage on Wednesday morning. We had to do all sorts of cleanup and bring heater guys out to look at our heater, let us know what we're going to do. So that's a project, but that's a side note. But even with all of that stress and all that craziness and things that are going around or going on, I have been staying keto. So that's a good thing. Even though I haven't been doing videos and uploading, I did stick to my keto diet. I think maybe I had a little bit too much peanut butter because I did have a 1 pound weight gain. So when the last time I weighed myself, it was 205.8, and I weighed myself yesterday and it was 206.6. So I think the peanut butter is doing it. I think last time what was doing it was also the strawberries and the peanut butter, because I like to, when I want something sweet, I'll cut up some strawberries and have strawberries as a snack. However, I think I overdid it on the strawberries. And as for the peanut butter, sometimes I just like, I'm a texture girl, and sometimes it's not so much whether or not I want something sweet or something salty or something spicy or anything like that. Sometimes it's like I want the creamy texture of things like peanut butter and ice cream, and that's been a bit of a challenge. I've been kind of trying to avoid yogurt because sometimes the yogurt can have more carbs in it. I have no problems with dairy. Dairy is not a problem for me, but my concern was more of the yogurt, of the carbs in the Greek yogurt, because even though it's lower than, say, a low-fat yogurt, it still kind of can be like 5-7 grams of carbohydrates. So trying to, get my carbs down as low as possible. I have, again, neglected to check my ketones and my blood sugar with my Keto Mojo, but I'm going to try to do better with that. But of course, this week I've had a little bit of disruption of, the hot water heater going. Actually, it was just leaking, so we can still use it, but we have to make sure there's a bucket because it'll leak. And we had a hot water guy come out, a heater guy come out, and he said, well, it's not really a safety problem. It's just you're going to have water all over the place, so make sure there's something there to catch the water. So kind of dealing with that. We're going to get that fixed. So this video, I'm actually doing more of a meal prep to show you how I prep my meals. Basically how I prep my breakfast. And I do it a little different now because my crock pot, poor crock pot, but my crock pot is gone. So because I used to put all of the sausage for the week in the crock pot, cook it all up at once. Now I have to do like 5 or 10, whatever fits in my frying pan. But you'll see that later in the video. So I hope you enjoy this video. I hope that you like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell so you can see my lovely face more often. And we'll get into the video. Alright, and we are starting on our 2 pounds of bacon. Got to do it the old-fashioned way on the frying pan since the crock pot is gone. So there's a half a pound there. There's a half a pound here, and here's a full pound just waiting to be cooked up. Okay, and now I'm going to do a meal prep for my breakfast. I cook almost everything in butter now. So melting some butter in the frying pan, and I'm going to prepare some sausage. So the butter's all melted, and I use brown and served sausages for my breakfast prep. And since I no longer have a crock pot, I can only do like 5 at a time. So I use these egg cups, spray them with olive oil, and that's how I make my funny looking eggs for my breakfast when I have them every morning, my 1 egg and my 5 sausage. So you just spray it with oil, and then you crack the eggs and kind of like just dump them in the little egg cups. And that's kind of how they look when you dump them in there. And of course I'm going to do 5 for the total week of these egg cups. So I'm trying to be very careful not to get any shells in, which if you do end up getting a shell in. Now that one, that was like a frozen egg. I could not get it uncracked, so going in for another one. But the nice thing is when you crack the eggs, if you happen to get any shell in them, you can easily kind of fish it out. And it makes it easier after you put the egg cups in boiling water and cook them, to pop them out. So I just screw the lids on the tops. So now they're all ready to go in a pot of water. Of course, I have to have my purple pot next to my purple teapot in my purple kitchen. Put them all in there. Most people, fill a pot up with water first, but I like to put the cups in there and then put water in there so I know what level that I'm going to have the water in, because if you put too much, then they'll kind of like bob and float, and I've had them fall over before. So I just get my little pour cup there, pour some water in. So after they're all ready to go, I put them on, let them boil, I knock them over. I pretty much kind of started over again since I knocked them over. So now I have my sausages all cooked up and got my egg cups, and they just pop out because it's silicone, so you can just squeeze them out, pop it out. And this is how I meal prep my breakfast, because a lot of people say, oh, I don't have time for bacon and eggs or sausage and eggs or whatever. you know, to make that every day. Well, if you meal prep some eggs every morning, then you're good to go. You don't have to worry about making eggs every morning. And there, I'm all set for my breakfast for